So, as the director of the Flight Opportunities Program, would you personally have the opportunity to say fly on the X-Core Lynx or even Virgin Galactic Spaceship 2 during those missions?
No. Typically that's the job of the researcher or the commercial contract operator. There may in the future be opportunities for folks to fly on those vehicles, but it's very hard to justify a program manager or even one of the project managers to fly on there unless there's a special need for that kind of interaction. But in general, that's managed by the commercial operator.
Well,
although it would be fun. I would enjoy it.
I was about to say, if given the chance, would you want to go to space?
I would. You know, that's never been a strong desire of mine. I didn't grow up thinking I'd really like to orbit the Earth. Again, I was into airplanes. But, you know, this is a close enough cross-section of space and airplanes to me that it would be very exciting. Yeah. See, I'm more of an F-15 guy than a space shuttle guy. Or X-15, I should say.
Now that reminds me, I forget the name of the company, but there was a proposition to use old F-16s and F-15s and use those to launch pico satellites and even nano satellites with the rockets that would be able to be integrated in those craft. Air launch, okay. Are those possibly a company that you guys would also want to contact to do for the Flight Opportunities Program?
So at Dryden we do atmospheric flight research, and we just happen to have F-15s that can do air-launched work. So as a center, we are interested in those kinds of concepts, and we do flight test and flight demonstration. So that's very much in line with what our center does as a business. As a program, it is a potential platform. If those systems get developed to the point where we can actually utilize them for orbital demonstration or even high suborbital demonstration, they are most certainly a possible platform for us to acquire to find space-relevant environments for a particular payload.
I'd be very excited to see you guys have your own in-house capability for that as well.
Well, again, we'd like to procure commercial products. One of the goals of our program is not to own any infrastructure. That can be a boat anchor later on for any program. If we have to own infrastructure, it becomes tough for us to shake that later on if times get lean or if we move on to different systems that don't need that infrastructure. So it's a very good relationship that we have now with these commercial providers who are providing their own range, their own operating systems, all of the things that we need that they can provide to us to do these flight demonstrations. And we, the government, essentially just write a check to them to provide that service, including payload integration. And we don't have to own anything in that process. And it's a very good relationship for us. A lot of possibilities there.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's my understanding that Dryden is the major center for aeronautical research.
We're one of 4 research centers in NASA, and we do atmospheric flight tests with aircraft. We also host what we call airborne science aircraft. So we fly for the Science Mission Directorate as well, but we work very closely with what we call our Aeronautical Mission Directorate.
Does the Sofia Observatory fly out of?
It does. That's hosted at our Dryden Aircraft Operations Facility. And Sofia is there, DC-8 is there, there are ER-2s there. We also fly Global Hawks at high altitude, many different platforms for scientific flight research.